Greetings everyone, welcome to Nick's Mods. Stay tuned for a very important announcement towards the end. It's easy to forget, but unlike most 2.5-year LEGO themes with 5 waves, Chima did not have 2 full years with a vestigial tail of a final wave. Fire and Ice were shared between 2014's second half and 2015's first half, and the Dark Tribes are the awkward middle child. Many Year 1 tribes were neglected in Wave 3, but the Crocs somehow hurt the most for me. The former bad guys should have had a bigger role taking on the new ones, but we did get one glimpse at potential greatness in Kragger's minifig and weapon included with Scorm's Scorpion Stinger. This doodad is the best impression we have of what we could have expected larger Croc builds to look like. Silver, green, and dark translucent blue. From these colors I decided to reverse engineer a whole new look for the Croc tribe, starting small with Crawley's Claw Ripper, a reformed and slightly upgraded version with chi-infused hubcaps. It's just a fun way to keep the thing around longer. I also deflamed the Croc tribe pack just to give them a little something extra, and recolored some Year 1 weapons from red to blue. But the real star of this missing wave is this. Kragger's Helicrocter, converted from the Fire Helicrocter portion of King Crominus's Rescue. Of all the classic tribes, the Crocs made the fire transition the best, I think, essentially just recreating the colors they had in the first year. I barely had to change anything about this card to make it fit the early waves, but for our purposes, I swapped all of Helicrocter's dark red elements for dark blue, the opaque version of dark trans blue which replaces the old missiles, and of course some light trans blue for the windscreen and smaller rotors. The flames on the giant rotor blades are replaced with blue swords that aren't quite translucent, but close enough, chi flowing through the blades from these projectors in the middle on each side. The classic green bits are limited, mostly concentrated around the front, but little things like swapping the red rubber band for a green one add up. I also made some vines droop under the wings, like this thing was half submerged like a real Croc and rose out of the swamp. That's my second favorite detail. My first favorite is the eyes, which the original design didn't have. In fact, there's not really a place for any eyes, so I used stickers from Levertus's Twin Blade, a conceptually similar smaller vehicle, that give those rotor blades their blue tips. I mirrored them and lined them up back to back, the white stripes creating a glowing pupil or iris, I guess. The Twin Blade's other stickers also add blue flames to the legs, an engine detailing that matches this molded fan I added. And then some other silver and gray greebles, like these spikes that connect from multiple sides. I'm very happy with this redeemed look for the Croc tribe, all the blues and new greens uniting them with the other good tribes. At the same time, the total removal of red does kinda show why LEGO didn't go in this direction. The other good tribes have warm colors that contrast blue, like the yellow on the lions and eagles and brown on the lions and gorillas. But green is a cool color, or at least neutral, so it doesn't really contrast these blues. They don't pop the same way red does. So I guess that's why LEGO skipped the Crocs in Wave 3. That said, I do think this looks very nice, soothing even on its own. And it does gain contrast and life when paired up with the lion builds, and I do prefer this Helicrocter overall compared to the fiery version. Essentially, inventing a whole new aesthetic for a missing wave isn't easy, but it was a fun challenge. Next episode we'll wrap up the Chima mods for the lion tribe. But now, for that big announcement. I am selling my entire Chima collection. Yes, including the modded ones, which is most of them, and conversions from other lines. You want the Helicrocter? It's yours. You want Crueller's mod, the Skunk Tribe, the Mammoth mods, Rosum's Fortune? You get the idea. Heck, let's not stop with Chima. You want Cole's Rock Raider, the Monster Burger Truck? Go for it. You want my Bionicles? Well, I already sold those to Duck Bricks, but I still have most of my old G2 ones from before the series proper began, even those Hero Factory ones. And I don't upcharge for these things. I typically stick to the original retail price, ignoring inflation. If something was $10 back in the day, it's $10 now. And LEGO prices in the 2010s were much fairer, even accounting for inflation, than many LEGO prices lately. Just keep in mind that almost none of my Chima sets are 100% as they were, so that value is lost. But the nature of these being mods also adds some value, especially considering how rare and expensive some of the added pieces and minifigs were to Bricklink. These are one-of-a-kind items. People are always asking me to make instructions for them, which I just don't have time to, but now I guess I won't have to. Okay, so why am I doing this? Parting with what I called one of my favorite themes, for a time my favorite system theme. Well, Aside from taking them out of storage for these videos, my Chima collection has gone mostly neglected for years, sitting in totes, going unloved, not even displayed, just taking up space. And I need to free up space, so I figure these may as well go to new homes that'll give them some love. I did want to make a few more Chima mods, something for the beavers or leopards, but I'm pretty tired of modding and just never got around to those, probably never will. But I hope others may be inspired by what I have finished to start their own take. The most pressing reason for this, however, my PC may be nearing the end of its life. I had a pretty big scare recently, hardware-wise. I spent a couple weeks just opening up my computer and taking it apart dozens of times, trying new things to make it work better, but everything I tried just made it worse and I had to go back to how it was before, now with additional wear and tear. It's such a delicate balance, I don't think it's sustainable, or at least won't be much longer. I'll baby this thing as long as I can, but I think I just need a whole new machine before something breaks permanently and I'm not able to make art or videos anymore. Selling my Chiba collection, even for cheap, would make a world of difference. Heck, if someone buys a LEGO Rewind episode through Patreon, that would be half a new PC right there. The announcement that I was ready to sell my Chima and mod collection was already planned, but since the last episode, the computer stuff has made things a little more urgent. I was even going to release another Planet Ripple video first, but I had to move this ahead. So yeah, everything must go. Every bit helps, and a Patreon LEGO Rewind episode would help immensely. The best place to contact me for sales would be through Discord, though I don't sell to minors. Sorry, link to my public non-Patreon exclusive Discord in the description. This will help with the rest of Nick's mods and the future of this channel. I'll try to cover the lines quickly, or at least get footage so I can ship those out too. That's it for today. Check out my books on Amazon on itch.io, and my Patreon page to get videos like this early, your name in the credits, behind the scenes content, a Patreon Discord server, signed copies of Planet Ripple, see pages from the books early, and maybe even your own LEGO Rewind episode. See you next mod. Toodles!